President Trump has finally gone nuclear and struck Iran's nuclear power plants. Whoa. Here we go. This was President Trump in the Situation Room last night. He canceled his entire schedule, and Donald Trump, furious that 2 U.S. troops were killed in a shock attack on a base in Jordan, very far away from the front lines. We thought American troops were safe there, but Iran has a special style of missile, either something new or something that they got from the Chinese or the Russians. This ballistic missile increases speed, velocity, and has a darting path as it crashes towards the ground, and it was able to strike our base in Jordan and get through the missile defense systems, and it killed 2 American service members. So Donald Trump was furious last night. President Trump canceled planned remarks he was going to make last night, did not speak to the press, and he hasn't posted on social media for over 24 hours. You know that Donald Trump was upset, and the last time that Trump was upset, Iran started losing major infrastructure. You can see here the control tower and Shabar port, Iran's only deep water port, gone. CENTCOM saying that we are making strikes at the commander-in-chief's personal direction. And what was Donald Trump's personal direction? Well, the Shabar port control tower has already been vaporized into dust. So Donald Trump says, I'm going to start striking your bridges, your train stations, your power plants. And that's precisely what happened. Donald Trump has been taking out last night some of Iran's largest oil refineries and a key port waterway. This is in a strategic city right next to the Iraq border. We'll get there in 1 second because the Iraq border is going to potentially be popping off here. But Trump also struck a nuclear power plant in Khuzestan, Iran. So this is the only nuclear reactor that is currently under construction in Iran. And now it has gone dark. This is where it is, right here. It is right near the Persian Gulf. It is right near Kuwait in Iraq, right here. And it is no more. The U.S. has directly struck the nuclear power plant site in the southwestern Iran, multiple projectiles a few hours ago. This is the first direct U.S. strike on an Iranian nuclear power plant, with Iran's only commercial nuclear power plant reactor, indigenously designed and built purely by Iran. This also triggers an Iranian IRGC and Yemen's warning yesterday that if President Trump started to strike civilian infrastructure and power infrastructure, it would trigger Iran's comprehensive regional infrastructure destruction. So are things going to heat up? I'm not sure. You can see here everybody saying, this is effectively a red line. U.S. strikes nuclear power plant. Now the Atomic Energy Association is investigating. U.S. strikes. The IAEA said it's examining the data of the reported strike. The facility is a very early stage of construction, contained no nuclear material. Okay, well, I guess that's good. But you can see the region. Hey, here's the only footage that we have of the nuclear power plant construction site that is ablaze right here. Whew. Okay, here we go. We're looking at a report that a nuclear power plant was struck while a reported attack not believed to pose any radiological risk. We reiterate for military restraint in the vicinity of all nuclear-related activities. Yeah, please, I guess. But you can see here, there was no restraint when 2 American soldiers were killed. This is the footage. Oh, it's tough to watch. Oh, a brand new style of missile. Obviously, it hit some type of major gas line that went between the containerized housing units here and just blew them all up. You can see them all. You can see the strike and then the combustion, the unanimous combustion of all of the containerized housing units, which sucks. This is what we put our troops in. They're just trailers. But you can see here, there's tons of piping and tons of connectivity between them. Gas lines, air conditioning lines. And man, it sucks. People saying Russia or China may be feeding Iran. The targeting data, and you can see here the secondary explosion is massive. Maybe it struck a gas line, I'm assuming, right? Keep all the AC running. You can see here that it struck directly at in the containerized housing units, which would be the barracks. And yeah, I mean, a lot of reports on Iran adapting to U.S. missile defenses, firing missiles that travel at extremely high speeds that can maneuver as they streak towards the earth. U.S. officials familiar with the attack, Iran's ability to hit sensitive targets, raise concerns it might be getting help from China or Russia, and it is certainly emboldening Iran. Now, the way that you shoot down missiles, projectiles, drones, one of these bad boys. You ever heard of a C-RAM? And this is a land phalanx weapon system, counter-rocket artillery, and a mortar air defense system. You don't get to see them in combat very often, but boy howdy, when they blast off, this is one of the most impressive guns in the world. They fire 4,000 rounds a minute. Whew. And these rounds, when they pop off, it is spicy. That's what they sound like. These sort of tracer rounds, right? See here. Listen to that. Crazy, dude. Well, anyway, does that sound familiar? This was the sky over Iraq last night. That's the C-RAM popping off, land phalanx. C-RAM. That crazy. These are the drone strikes. Drone strikes from Iran. Ballistic missiles getting intercepted. Crazy sounding. Anyway, that's Erbil, Iraq. You can see that's right up here. It's not far from the Iranian border. But Iran seems to be pounding. There's American bases there. There's an American embassy there. Iran seems to be directly targeting the American bases that are so close to its border. There's one there. There's one in Kuwait, and Iran is going hard after Kuwait right now, and saying that they are seriously considering potentially seizing Kuwait. You can see Kuwait has been hit really hard. Kuwait's Ministry of Electricity and Water has confirmed that Iran attack struck major power generation and desalination. This will affect a ton of the country because the country needs to desalinate its water. You can see here power structures burning in Kuwait. Everyone's scrambling right now. Kuwait is, of course, locked, does not have any fresh water. And so Kuwait gets 100% of its water from desalination, meaning taking salt water and making it potable. And so Iran has been blowing up its power grid. You can see there the massive blue spark, indicative of a massive electrical fire there. Wow. And Kuwait just being hit hard because Iran is planning on potentially invading Kuwait. Iran is seriously considering ground incursion in Kuwait to seize U.S. military bases, including Camp Berling and Camp Arfan, if Washington continues its military campaign against Tehran, according to prominent Iranian journalists. Kuwait is considered one of Iran's principal options for a potential ground incursion, seizing 2 U.S. military bases within the country. Former Iranian minister previously said Iran could launch a ground operation to capture U.S. troops and take them as prisoners if necessary. Full-scale offensive or a counter-U.S. strike. So people are saying, please do that. Kuwait, huh? The A-10 becomes giddy in anticipation. I am seriously considering joining, just become the #1 center for the flyers. No, if they were to try this, Iran would experience their own version of the highway of death from back in Iraq during the Gulf War. The entire route, they'd have to stake through southern Iraq, desert with minimal cover. Remember, they have no way now. So crossing the Persian Gulf is off the table. In short, this is the type of move that would only accomplish wholesale slaughter of the troops. Look at that. Highway of death. Oh boy, we've opened up a whole can of worms here. Everyone's laughing. This type of post is going to do numbers in third world Twitter, man. Absolute fantasy world. pretty much the only play they have left. This is wild. Okay. I want to kill myself or annihilate Iran now. Yeah. I don't know, man. Things are popping off. We pray for the troops that are lost. We want, obviously, there to be peace. We're encouraged by Iran's foreign minister here saying that negotiations should continue, even if there's a small chance of success. I'm the foreign minister for the interests of the Islamic Republic, not my own reputation. If people in this country are shedding their blood, I must instead shed my reputation, he says. This marks disagreements potentially over Tehran's approach. Well, it'd be nice to see de-escalation. I think everybody would like that. I don't want there to be a war here. I want there to be peace. I want Americans out of harm's way. And I want for there to be lasting security in the world. I don't know, sometimes to get peace, you must make war. Sometimes the only language people understand is war. So we'll see how it plays out here. But pray for peace. Pray for peace. I don't want any more dead Americans. Pray for peace. It's Sunday. So your prayers matter today. It's Boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.